This is the first of 100 wells we're gonna build in this video. Oh, water! Oh, crap!
You just witnessed a small village in Kenya get access to unlimited clean drinking water in less than a second.
One down, 99 more wells in Africa to go. You're gonna love this video.
That is incredible. Welcome back, guys. We got a special one today. Probably needs no introduction, but the biggest YouTuber alive, none other than MrBeast, just opened up 100 wells in Africa, changing the lives and bringing hope to thousands in Africa. And what's on display here is the fact that what can really change the world is love, entrepreneurship, volunteerism, and sound money. There are some amazing things going on in Africa. Let's check out MrBeast, but also what's going on with the Bitcoin community and how, while the government continues to debase the currency in these regions, does nothing to help these people. They're left to just try to scrape by and survive. People like MrBeast and the Bitcoin community are making a difference, and it's because of love, entrepreneurship, volunteerism, and of course, bringing sound money to the people of Africa is huge, allowing them to escape massive hyperinflation and allowing them to build a future for themselves, free from the state. We got a lot to cover. Let's get it.
Let's see if we can find some water.
Okay, this may be sacrilege to some, but I'm just naturally like a counterculture guy, and if something's hyped, I just don't really hop on board that thing. I'm skeptical. But confession, until I saw what I saw, I never have seen a full MrBeast video, maybe some clips here or there. But as we were putting this episode together and I was going through it, my eyes welled up seeing this. I used to be a teacher and where I thought it was a Title I district. So I just kind of related to seeing the kids suffering, having to go through this type of thing, and to then see their excitement, their joy, their love, their enthusiasm, and all of those things, the interactions with Beast here. I thought that was pretty awesome, as well as what I've seen with the Bitcoin community there. But check this out. This is when MrBeast arrived to the 8th well, and man, this was just an awesome reception. You gotta love to see things like this.
How's it going? It's not expecting this. Thank you for the welcome. I'm not even sure how to react. I appreciate it, everybody.
This village threw a welcome ceremony upon our arrival.
Man, that is awesome to see. A lot of happy, smiling people. Those people have hope. Getting back to what we were talking about in the intro, I really want you to think about what MrBeast says here. Think about all the wealth, time, and energy the state through inflation has stolen from these people, and think about what this entrepreneur, through voluntary activity, chose to take this mission upon himself and did some amazing work. Bringing water to 500,000 people is absolutely no small feat. It should be commended. Great freaking work, MrBeast.
You would think that having an effect of this magnitude would require the resources and funding of a large government, but that's not true. Solving this problem is possible, and something humanity should all be putting effort in to fix.
What's the secret of success?
To be honest, just find something you love doing and do it for a long period, and eventually you'll succeed.
Man, that is some great, super powerful advice. I'm going to be speaking at our local high school here soon at a career fair. They wanted to look at people doing social media and what we do here at Simply Bitcoin. So hopefully I can deliver that message that MrBeast just did. Find what you love, find what you're passionate about, stick to it, let no one deter you, and you will find success. And once you get there, stay hungry. But man, if you saw it like I saw it, this was beautiful work being done in Africa. What did the media have to say about it? Here we go from Yahoo News. While American YouTuber MrBeast's goal was to provide clean drinking water for 500,000 people, which he did, activists say his actions shamed the Kenyan government and helped perpetuate the stereotype that Africa is dependent on handouts. Man, you can't make this stuff up. How disgraceful is that? And here we go. Alan Farrington and some others had some great comments here. The big problem with providing clean drinking water for 500,000 people is that in the course of doing so, you draw attention to the fact that 500,000 people previously didn't have clean drinking water. Also great here here we had some community notes. The two people deriding MrBeast are a Kenyan politician and a woman who founded a 501c3 based in Cambridge, Massachusetts that raised $131K in 2020 and spent $83,000 on themselves. Sounds like a lot of people in ivory palaces not liking attention being drawn to the fact that they take money from people and they don't provide any good or service. The state is the great fiction, but hey, with more people like Beast and the Bitcoiners, we can fix the money and we can fix this. Really love Adam Back, possibly Satoshi's comment to all this, but he said, basically shows we need to phase out governments, just inefficient, corrupt, systemically incurable. Solution, scrap it. But slowly by demonetizing, opting out unilaterally, buy Bitcoin and opt out. Man, guys, just like MrBeast provided hope and empowerment, providing clean drinking water for 500,000 people, Bitcoin is also empowering people and freeing them from a money and state that is stolen from them and provided little to nothing in return. And let's really get into this because Africa is a lush nation full of natural resources and the people have been kept down for way too long.
Africa is also unmatched as far as mineral resources, home to the world's largest reserves of cobalt, diamonds, platinum, and uranium. It's also abundant in gold, renewable fresh water sources, and petroleum. So it should come as a surprise that a land so rich in natural capital, home to nearly 20% of the global population, is also home to some of the poorest and most indebted countries in the world. More than a quarter of the world's hungry live in Africa.
That is astounding, but as a lot of people sit on their hands and the state talks about a lot of things and takes money from poor people in the United States and gives them to rich people in the governments that don't use it to benefit the people from their foreign aid. Hey, somebody's got to step up to the plate and make a difference. MrBeast is doing it, and as Nat Brunel touched on it in Hard Money, there is so much potential there, and the people are just waiting to flourish and unleash their potential as well. Check out some of this work being done by Bitcoinikazi, setting up schools, educating the kids, helping empower them, providing hope and the ability to save and build a future for themselves, thanks to Bitcoin.
I'm gonna show you guys Bitcoinikazi, a South African education center, which gives children from underdeveloped areas the opportunity for education. The kids learn what Bitcoin is, how it works, and why it is so important.
You know, about Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin can change a lot. For example, it changed my life because when I was just like living in a township and working for the Surfer Kids as a junior coach, like I was being paid in fiat, but then things changed and then I got paid in Bitcoin. Because sometimes my family used to take all my money in fiat, but then Herman decided to like, okay, we're gonna change things, and he created Bitcoinikazi, and we started getting paid in Bitcoin. So now what happens is that no one can take Bitcoin away from me, and I'm very happy about it. It's really good.
Man, that is a beautiful thing, seeing these kids, seeing the joy, seeing their hope in the future. And this is what I'm talking about. Where love, entrepreneurship, volunteerism, where these things are, you will see love there, you will see hope there. Where there's sound money, you will see people working to build a better future, and with the ability to do so. But it doesn't just stop there. With the money, Bitcoin also is a breakthrough technology when it comes to energy. When I break it down to people, I like to describe it as, because I used to do sound systems, I love bumping beats, things like that. So, you know, if you need something to catch some of that overflow, because you always have the potential to go to max, right? That potential is always there, that current is always running. You need something to catch that excess. That's what Bitcoin is. It is a capacitor. It just directly monetizes that excess energy. And what it is doing in these communities, and going back to where they're building wells, and MrBeast has built solar facilities. These things also connect with Bitcoin and what Gridless is doing and others, bringing energy, hope, life, and a better future to these people, something the state and other proclaimed philanthropists like the guy who runs the company that owns Xbox claims. Let's check it out.
In the words of Park Director de Merode, Virunga would have gone bust as a national park if not for Bitcoin mining. According to Merode, Bitcoin mining was a happy accident for Virunga. You see, as part of wider plans to sustainably manage and harness park resources, there are plans to build a network of hydropower plants and to have electricity buyers and sellers grow gradually. However, there were two problems.
Okay, now she gets into the economics of this and where the problems lie, and this is what also happens with, for example, nuclear energy and trying to get that original investment back as soon as possible. And when you have to do these gradual things, that means you're gonna eat it for a long time, and what Bitcoin does is in the meantime, you're able to monetize these things in the interim. And as long as your miners can keep hash and you have access to cheap energy, which these people do, and it's incredible. Let's let her continue.
First, plants have to be built first before buyers could slowly come in. And in the meantime, those plants would face the issue of being uneconomical, as they would initially not only require upfront capital, but will also be generating excess power due to the lack of buyers. Two was that one of the plants did not have enough capital to finish construction to even turn the plant on. Well, this is where Bitcoin mining comes into the picture. That much needed electricity.
Man, just watching that and you see, hey, just another problem, and you plug in Bitcoin and it fixes it. But what it's doing for the people in Africa is incredible.
Buyer and de Merode and colleagues landed on the idea of purchasing $200,000 worth of Bitcoin miners. In the words of de Merode, it dawned on us that this was an extraordinary solution, as this could potentially earn both short and long-term profits while being a viable way to profitably use excess hydropower. The idea was brought to life with the help of crypto investor Sébastien Gouspilou, and the park's mining operations started in September 2020, when most of the world was still under pandemic lockdowns. Now, 10 shipping containers, each holding 250 to 500 ASIC miners, sit in the Virunga National Park, of which Virunga owns 3 and Gouspilou the rest. Virunga's 3 containers of miners have all Bitcoin profits channeled towards its operational costs, while Gouspilou pays Virunga for its cheap hydropower to power the other 7 and keeps the Bitcoin mined for him and his investors. So far, the Bitcoin mined by
What I'm seeing here with MrBeast, the Bitcoin community, and all of this is some great allusions to the great Ayn Rand and Atlas Shrugged, but they don't understand the root cause of all these problems and where it all stems from, and it all goes back to who controls the money. Michael Saylor has said it, you know, money is a control system, and we have two choices here. There's a system of rules without rulers, that's Bitcoin. That's freedom. Or you can have this fiat and CBDC rules for thee, but not for me, and continue the Cantillon effect and the massive wealth disparity and calamity that causes for the average citizen, for the middle class, those people just scraping by to grab groceries now, let alone think about the problems in Africa and what they have to deal with on a daily basis. But it's not the state saving these people. It's not the state providing clean water. If you know Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you gotta first meet those basic needs before you can work to excel or do anything. So these kids were already in a losing battle. And I wanna show you this because it's powerful, and this is what the kids had to go through. And volunteerists who have the ability to do great things are the ones who fix it. And going back to Maslow, if you can't save for the future, how do you have hope? How do you get ahead? How do you get off the hamster wheel? How do you stay healthy? How do you provide? This is why separating money from state is so powerful. But we got a little more to cover. Let's get to this clip.
One of the teachers showed me where the students currently get their water, which is from this river. That's extremely unsafe to drink.
This is where your students used to get water from?
Yes.
This is crazy.
Yeah. You know, students complaining of diarrhea, infections like typhoid, because this is the water we've been using. So we try to treat, but you see, look at it, you know, but at the end of the day, life has to move on. You have to get some water anyway.
This situation is obviously extremely sad. These children's lives are being limited and sometimes cut short from being forced to drink unsafe water.
It's crazy to think how many people around the world really need help just to get that base level and that hierarchy of needs taken care of. And it's people like this that are going to help fix it. It's the Bitcoin community. It's the MrBeast. It's the Bitcoinikazis, the Machakuras. All these things are what helps fix all these problems. And nowhere in there are taxes, state, laws, any of that. Love, entrepreneurship, volunteerism, sound money, and we can change the world. Now, I want to get to this other clip, going back to that Yahoo article and how they attacked MrBeast. Well, MrBeast, I know you're probably not watching our show because, maybe we're not big enough. But I want to reach out to you and say, hey man, you're doing amazing work, and you could go to the next level, and I know you've done some things with Bitcoin. I know money isn't that big to you. You're in a good position and you use it to help others. But rather than helping others with fiat or anything like that, make sure when you do, try to help onboard them with Bitcoin. Beyond the work you're already doing, you're going to help them that much more by providing them the sound money escape that they can use to save and build for a better, brighter future. And we know, just like anyone starting their job or a career, savings is key, and being able to do that is going to help you build. And having that basic, it should be a basic freedom or right, but that's been corrupted by the state because they control the money, they debase it, they get their free lunch, destroy the middle class, and the others that don't have the privilege to be in the political class or near the money spigot. But this guy absolutely shredded Yahoo, and I couldn't say it any better, so let's send it.
It's really upsetting to see that someone in a fortunate position is helping people in an unfortunate position. It's
How
awful.
dare they?
It's horrible. And then there was also the people, of course, who are mad that he monetized his video. You know, how dare he try to profit off of helping people? It's almost as if that he needs more money to help people and he can't just do it for free. It's almost as if helping people requires money, so he needs a way to get the money. Do these things not make sense? I really feel like this is not the first time this has happened. Every time MrBeast makes a video about trying to help people, people get mad. They're like, oh, he's monetizing it. He's just using it for views. Yeah, he's using it for views. He wants people to watch the videos. He's a YouTuber. But that doesn't negate the action being bad. It's just, we go through this every time. I feel like no matter what happens, whenever, because this is like a really, really good thing, right? Like, this is one of the best things a person could ever do, is give people access to drinking water. And people still find a way to be mad about it. Can we please just be happy for once? This is a good thing. Let's be happy, please.
Hey, that guy absolutely nailed it. But I just want to drive this home one last time. Through love, entrepreneurship, volunteerism, and sound money, we can change the world. Thanks for stopping in, guys. One more thing. If you need help with Bitcoin, you're new to Bitcoin, we got just the guys to get you covered. As your dedicated Bitcoin IT team, the Bitcoin Way is here to guide you from start to finish on your journey to properly self-custody your Bitcoin. What's more, they've recently introduced 100% privacy-focused collaborative custody services where you benefit from advanced multi-sig security, inheritance planning, and much more while remaining 100% in control. Book a free 30-minute call to get started using that link below. And if you missed some of the recent news, don't forget to check these out. Thanks, everybody. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Peace.
Party, that